Well, our market segment, privileged market segment, and the one we focus on is the LNG carrier market segment. In that field, in the past, we're just coming out basically of a very intense activity period. Since 2011, we've seen an unprecedented amount of investment in the LNG carriers. And in the past, I would say 6 to 12 months, this market has started to slow down a little bit. Cryostar is a company that's about 700 people strong, for revenues approximately 300 million. Cryostar historically originates from the industrial gas industry. We're specialized in cryogenic rotating equipment. Back 30 years ago, we divested into LNG related businesses, and most primarily LNG carriers. We currently supply and are a dominant player in the supply of boil-off gas compressors, 2-stage, 4-stage, and now 6-stage compressors for the LNG carrier industry, as well as heat exchangers, reliquefaction units, and high-pressure pumps. And so Cryostar is heavily focused on the LNG carrier industry, is at the forefront of technology, is a technological leader, and has roughly 3/4 of the install base for rotating machinery on board LNG carriers. Currently, the market is undergoing major development in the LNG carrier. With the new environmental constraints, the new environmental standards, we're seeing a push towards reducing emissions, NOx, SOx, and the likes. And so we're seeing, not only for LNG carrier, who have been using LNG as a fuel for many decades now, we're seeing other industries, other shipping industries coming towards the LNG as a fuel. And so that opens up, obviously, new opportunities for companies like us, as well as for our customers, whether they're typically active in the LNG business or not. They're starting to find some interest in using LNG as a fuel, and therefore equipping their ships with cryogenic machinery and equipment to deal with LNG as a fuel, as a replacement for traditional high emission type fuel like diesel or heavy fuel oil. So typically, as I was saying before, there is now a higher interest for using LNG as a replacement fuel in comparison with, for instance, diesel or heavy fuel oil. And so in this field, ship owners are faced with several alternatives. One of them is scrubbers, another one is marine gas oil, and another one is LNG. I guess the future will tell which one will emerge, but LNG right now is taking a lion's share of replacing or superseding these traditional fuels. So many more ship owners now are looking towards LNG as a replacement fuel, and therefore upgrading their ships, whether they're crude ships, whether they're bunker barges. A lot of these ships are now being converted to LNG, using LNG equipment to fuel LNG as a fuel. I guess the message today will be, as the overall industry is going through a slowdown, not only the LNG shipping industry, but the entire industry, I think right now is the time to take advantage of these quieter times to continue to push towards technological innovation. That's what we do at Cryostar. We take advantage of these quieter times to remain the technological leadership seat, and to come up with tomorrow's technological breakthrough that will allow the shipping industry to elevate itself to the next level, making ships greener, making ships more productive, making ships safer through their use of LNG as a fuel.